Hey guys, welcome to another video. I just finished watching It Ends With Us, and I also just finished reading the book. I read this and then I watched the movie on Netflix. So I'm giving my reviews on it because I have some thoughts. So I went into this knowing this is a very hated book and everyone hates it. I've never seen anyone say anything good about this or the author, so don't hate me. I wanted to know the story and I wanted to see the movie, but again, I had to read before watching the movie. So that's why I read it. It was very easy to read. I got done with it. I think I put a total of 12 hours into reading it, which is a record for me, a new record. I finished this really quickly, so it's super easy to read. I also annotated a little bit just because I don't care too much about this book, so I feel like if I messed up in a doodle or something, I wouldn't cry. Am I ever going to annotate another book? Probably not. I only did it to this one because I don't really care that much about it. But a lot of people I've heard say that it romanticizes abusive relationships. I did not get that from the book or the movie. I think that the movie was just poorly directed, and I feel like they did not hire the correct cast. I think they all looked too old to play these characters. Quite frankly, none of them looked like they were in their early to mid-20s like they're supposed to be. They all looked like they were in their 30s to 40s, which kind of took me out of it a little bit. There were definitely some scenes in this book that weren't in the movie that should have been, like when Lily tells her mom not only is she pregnant, but her husband is beating her. And her mom gives her that whole speech of, you need to be brave, you're brave and bold, and I'm proud of you, and I understand. We didn't get that in the movie, and I feel like we really needed that in the movie. That should have been a scene that they put in there and not taken out, because I feel like that was a very important moment for Lily. I feel like she needed to hear that from her mom, who has experienced exactly what she's going through, and we didn't get that. We did not get that at all, so I was a little disappointed. There was also when she gets assaulted by her husband, by Ryle. He the last incident before she leaves him, they changed it in the movie when I feel like they really should have stuck with the book, because I feel like the way it happens in the book and how it goes down, I guess, I feel like that would have been more impactful, because he not only assaults her, but he headbutts her, cuts her to where it cuts her forehead and she needs stitches, and she blacks out and wakes up and is like, oh my god, I need to leave, and she scoots off the bed while he's sleeping. I feel like if that was in the movie, it would have been way more impactful than it was. I do not get where people are saying that it's romanticizing abuse. I did not get that personally. Maybe I'm blind. I don't know. I didn't get it. I feel like they just didn't properly execute it. I feel like they were a little sloppy with it. I think that is where all of the issues come. I also feel like a lot of people, when they're uncomfortable with something, because this is an uncomfortable topic and this is an uncomfortable thing to expose yourself to if you aren't familiar with it, I guess. I feel like it's a very touchy subject. People don't really want to be exposed to it if they don't have to. I mean, even if it's part of your life, you don't want to be exposed to it. But you feel trapped, so you just kind of stick with it, I guess. I don't think they were trying to romanticize it. I think they were just trying to show that, like, hey, sometimes you don't always see the red flags when it's right in front of you, and you're a little ignorant and you ignore it when you really shouldn't. I forgot where exactly I was going with it. I got a little distracted, but I think they just missed the mark. I think they didn't quite hit the nail on the coffin, and I think if they took more time, got a more appropriate cast as well, that did a little bit better acting. It's my opinion, don't come for me. But if they got a better cast, put more time into it, actually, like, read the book. I don't think any of them actually read the book, if I'm being honest. I think they maybe skimmed it, but I don't think any of them actually sat down, read, and digested the book. It didn't feel like they fully got it. I don't know. I don't know. I've got so many thoughts, so many things that I could say, but I probably shouldn't. I think sometimes art is meant to disturb people and leave you uncomfortable, but because we live in such a comfortable, mushy world, we tend to attack the things that make us uncomfortable instead of embracing it and facing it and accepting it. And we go for the throat instead of hearing it out. I think everyone went for the throat because it's an abusive relationship and no one wants to be exposed to that. So they attacked it. Again, I don't know much about the author. I don't know what she did or didn't do. I don't know anything about her controversy. This is purely just the book. Has nothing to do with the author. I don't know what she did or didn't do. I stay out of that stuff just because I don't want it to impact my thoughts on the art that I'm taking in. But the book as a book and not as the author, I think it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever read, and it definitely was not the best thing I've ever read. It was merely okay. The movie, awful. I don't think I'm going to ever watch that movie again. I think if I ever want to relive this story, I would just stick with the book, not the movie. You also get more with the book that is very important, I feel like, and yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. This is kind of a short video for once. It's not a 30-minute ramble sesh. I don't know. There wasn't too much to say. I think I've said my piece. Before you come out and attack me for not destroying this book to shreds, I do not accept abuse. I don't tolerate it. I don't put up with it. If I see anyone hurting anyone, especially someone I care for, I am going to step in. Again, this is fiction. This is fake. This isn't real. These characters don't exist. So I think it's okay to enjoy something that is disturbing as long as you know this is fake, this isn't real, and this should not be happening in the real world, but it does. So that is my piece with it. I hope you guys can see my point of view, and forgive me if I have upset any of you. That's not my intentions with giving my book review. I just know that talking about this is a very touchy subject. I still don't quite understand, but I mean, it's my opinion, and you're allowed to disagree with me and have your own opinion and think that this book is utter garbage and trash. Like, you can think that. Definitely not my favorite. I don't know if I'll ever revisit it, but I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I read it because now I know what people are talking about when they talk about this book, because I feel like every book person has read this book, whether they want to admit it or not. So now I feel like I'm officially a book person because I read it. Will I read it starts with us. I don't know. Not right now. Not right now. I can say that much. Maybe in the future. I don't know. That's to be determined. But yeah. So I will go and I will see you guys Monday with another video. Bye.